Alright, Seahawks Nation. This is where things get real. If you're a true Seahawks fan, someone who believes this team is about to lift the Lombardi, you need to lock in right now. What's up, Seahawks family? Victor here, and today we've got two massive storylines colliding at the worst possible time, and the best possible time. The Seattle Seahawks are one win away from a Super Bowl championship, but behind the scenes, huge decisions are already threatening to reshape this roster and this coaching staff. Let's start on defense, because this one should make every fan stop and think. There's growing league belief that one of the most physically gifted cornerbacks in the entire NFL could be on his way out in free agency. A player who was benched earlier this season, a player surrounded by trade rumors, and then something changed. Over the second half of the year, quarterbacks stopped testing him. His length, speed, and recovery ability turned him into one of the toughest corners to throw against in football. We're talking about a defender with a ceiling that almost no one else at his position can touch. Yes, there have been consistency and effort questions. Yes, the coaching staff has challenged him more than once. But letting a corner with elite athletic traits entering his prime walk away, especially when Seattle ranks top 5 in available cap space, could be a massive mistake if this team is serious about becoming a dynasty. Now let's flip to the offensive side, because the pressure isn't just on the players. While the Seahawks are preparing for the Super Bowl, the mastermind behind this offense is becoming one of the hottest names on the coaching market. He's already lined up for second interviews with two teams, including a division rival, and the numbers explain why. Seattle finished third in the NFL in scoring at 28.4 points per game, 8th in total offense, and set a franchise record with 483 total points. Even crazier. The run game jumped from near the bottom of the league to top 10, and the offensive line cut sacks allowed in half, tying for 5th fewest in the NFL. That doesn't happen by accident. That's elite play calling and elite preparation. So here's the big question. Seahawks fans, can Seattle win the Super Bowl and keep the core pieces that made this run possible? Or are we about to see the cost of success hit harder than expected? We're breaking all of it down today. The mystery defender whose future could shake up the secondary, the potential loss of the brain behind the offense, and what these decisions mean for Seattle's Super Bowl window. Before we dive in, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to Seahawks Nation Update, and only hit that subscribe button if you're a real fan, someone who trusts this team and believes that Seahawks are winning the Super Bowl. Let's talk legacy, let's talk tough decisions, let's get into it. Seahawks Nation Update family. Now let's talking about a name that could define the future of this defense, Riq Woolen. There are real rumors out there saying the Seahawks could lose him in free agency, and I'm gonna be honest with you, if that happens, it better not be because Seattle didn't try hard enough. Alright, let's break this down the right way. Big picture why this offseason is huge. Let's set the stage. The Seahawks are one win away from the Super Bowl, but regardless of how this season ends, the front office will have to move fast, because this offseason will answer one massive question. Was 2025 a one-hit wonder, or is Seattle building a real dynasty? And that starts with how they handle their pending free agents. We're talking about Rashid Shaheed, Kobe Bryant, Ken Walker, Boy Mafe, all important players. But to me, Riq Woolen should be priority number one. The rumors Woolen likely to leave. According to Hours, Riq Woolen is listed as one of the top 10 defensive free agents in the entire NFL, and they believe he's unlikely to return to Seattle. They point to trade rumors during the season, his situational role early on, and the belief that another team will throw big money at his size and athleticism, and early in the season, that prediction made sense. But then, something changed. The turnaround elite second half, let's be clear. Riq Woolen had a rough start to the season. Benched 3 different times, questions about effort and consistency rumors swirling around the trade deadline, but from the second half of the season on, he became one of the toughest cornerbacks to throw against in the NFL. Quarterbacks stopped testing him. Receivers struggled to separate, and his confidence came roaring back. This wasn't just improvement, this was dominance. Why Woolen is different. Here's the thing Seahawks Nation needs to understand. Riq Woolen is not just good. He has a ceiling almost no defensive back in the NFL can match. Elite size, rare speed, physical press, ability, ball skills, and now, experience. He's just now entering his prime years, and he's finally putting all the pieces together, letting a player like that walk. That's usually how contenders turn into pretenders. The cons, let's be real now, I won't pretend it's perfect. Yes, there are consistency concerns. Yes, effort has been questioned, and yes, he's been benched multiple times. Those things matter. But you know what matters more? Elite talent at premium positions. Cornerback is one of the hardest positions to replace in football. You don't let rare athletes walk away just as they figure it out. The Josh Job factor. Now, the emergence of Josh Job does give Seattle some leverage. He's been excellent. He's physical. He's proven he can lock guys down. But let me be clear. Josh Job is not a replacement for Riq Woolen. He's a complement. Resigning Job helps. But it doesn't soften the blow if Woolen leaves. The money can Seattle afford him? Here's the part that gives me hope. The Seahawks currently rank 4th in the NFL in available cap space. So this isn't about ability. This is about priority. If Seattle truly believes in building something sustainable, they have to make Riq Woolen a focal point of their future defense. This isn't black and white, but from where I'm standing, the Seahawks should make every possible effort to keep Riq Woolen in Seattle. You don't let the most athletic corner in football walk out the door just as he's becoming elite. That's how you lose momentum. Now, I want to hear from you. Should Riq Woolen be Seattle's top free agent priority, or is the risk too high? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And today, we need to talk about a name that is getting red hot around the NFL. Klint Kubiak, Seahawks offensive coordinator, and now a serious head coach candidate again. 2 teams are lining up for second interviews, including one team we absolutely do not want to help get better. But before we dive in, do me a favor. Smash that like button if you believe the Seahawks are winning the Super Bowl, and subscribe to the channel if you think this run is just the beginning for Seattle. Alright, let's break this down. The report second interviews confirmed, according to reports coming out of the Senior Bowl in Mobile. Alabama Seahawks offensive coordinator Klint Kubiak is scheduled for second head coaching interviews with the Las Vegas Raiders. The Arizona Cardinals, yes, a division rival, this isn't smoke, this is real NFL interest. And remember, Kubiak can interview now because the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl, but he cannot officially be hired until after February 8th. Still, the wheels are clearly in motion. Why Kubiak is in demand? Let's talk facts, not hype. This is Kubiak's first season as the Seahawks offensive coordinator, and look at what happened. 3rd in the NFL in scoring 28.4 points per game. 8th in total offense, minus 351, 4 yards per game, 483 total points scored. A franchise record that alone gets you interviews, but it goes deeper than that. The transformation of the offense, the biggest jumps, came in the areas that truly win championships. The run game last season, 28th in the NFL, 95.7 rushing yards per game this season, tied for 10th, 123.3. Rushing yards per game, that's not a small improvement, that's a complete identity change. Pass protection, only 27 sacks allowed, tied for 5th fewest in the NFL. Exactly half of what Seattle allowed last year. That is elite coaching. Why this matters for the Super Bowl? Here's the good news. Seahawks Nation, Kubiak is still here. He's still calling plays, and he's fully locked in on winning a championship. If anything, this situation tells us one thing. Seattle didn't accidentally make the Super Bowl. This offense is structured. This offense is disciplined. This offense is modern. That's why the NFL is watching. The scary part, Arizona. Now let's address the uncomfortable part. The Arizona Cardinals are one of the teams interviewing him. Do we want a division rival to steal our offensive brain? To learn our system? To copy what made Seattle elite? Absolutely not. But that's the price of success. When you're one of the best teams in football, people come for your coaches. As a Seahawks fan, I'm proud. I'm grateful. And yeah, I'm a little worried, but I'll say this. If Klint Kubiak leaves, it will be because he helped build something special in Seattle. And if he stays, then this offense could be dangerous for years. Either way, this is what championship programs deal with. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Klint Kubiak will become a head coach this offseason? And would it hurt more if he went to Arizona? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget, like this video if you believe the Seahawks finish the job. Subscribe if you think Seattle is building something real. The Seahawks are in the Super Bowl, and the rest of the league is officially watching. Go Hawks!